Good morning, students. I hope you all are in good health. And after the summer vacation, we are going to start the classes again. Shall we start? Okay. Before going to today's class, what we studied in our previous classes, you all would have thoroughly yourself in those portion, whatever we study. And today's class, we are going to study about image formation by spherical mirrors, how the different images are formed. But before going to just a quick revision of the previous one, and which is very much needed to study about this, we will see. Have you remembered these rules for studying the rays, how the incident ray, reflected ray, in the case of a mirror, it takes place? If you take, can you recall? Here we have studied the first one, the red color ray, it is the incident ray, how it goes, how it comes. See, this is the red one, it is the incident ray, parallel to principal axis, reflected ray passes through the focus. And the second one is the blue one, incident ray passes through the focus after reflection, parallel to principal axis. The third one, passing through the center of curvature, which retraces the same manner, reflects through. This is what we study. This is the basic idea, and you should know today for today's class how the image formation takes place. So once again, all the things are given here, and you see ray 1. That is what is mentioned here, the ray 1. It is the incident ray. And this is the reflected ray, the brown one. And the second one, if you take, the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, and the reflected ray also. And see children, everywhere the arrow says which is the incident ray, which is the reflected ray. And the next one, the third one, the green one. How it is given, incident ray, it is given in the other way. This way also you can draw, passing through the focus, and the reflected ray is parallel to the principal axis. And the last one is directly falling at the point called pole, and it reflected back. So this rule you should be thorough. We have already studied. With this, we are going to study today one by one. So all these rules in written form, it is given, and each one is represented with the help of a ray diagram also. So shall we start? Before starting, what is the red one? It is the mirror. What mirror? Concave mirror. And what is this point called in the mirror? Can anyone? Yes, it is pole. And the points are, the other points are, one is focus and another one is center of curvature. And the line which passing through the pole to center of curvature, this line we call it as principal axis. And here, what is represented here? The green color arrow, it is nothing but today we are going to call it as an object. It may be anything, you can keep it. It may be a bulb, it may be a candle flame, it may be a pencil, arrow pointer, anything you take it, or a tree, anything you can take it. So today for representation in the diagram, we have taken, this is the object. Object is represented like this. So from this object, the ray may fall on the mirror. Any manner it can fall. It may fall directly like this, parallel to principal axis. It may fall passing through the focus. You can draw a line passing through the center of curvature. Any manner you can draw. And follow the rules. We are going to see the image formation. So, so once again, a quick review. A mirror. What is this point? Pole. Focus. Double the distance. Here you may have a center of curvature, and this is the ray 1 and this is the reflected ray. Ray 2, this is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray, obeying the rules. And what is this one? We represent an object like this. This is the way we are going to follow throughout the object representation. And I get the image. How the image? Actually, this is one reflected ray and this is second reflected ray, and both the reflected rays are meeting at this point. Once again, this is the first reflected ray and this is the second reflected ray, and both the rays are meeting at this point where they are meeting actually. What you are getting is called as the image. So from the principal axis I have drawn a line. This is called the image. Children, once again, this is the object, this is the image. Object is upside and arrow, and image arrow is in the downward side. It is represented. And to get an image at any place, here it is mentioned, it is minimum 2 rays are enough. You can draw 3, you can draw 4 incident rays, any number. But what you are getting with the 2 rays, it will be the same for any number of rays you take it. Answer remains the same. So I have taken it like this. Now we will consider. Now if I take this diagram, I can keep the object at any place. I may keep the object from pole to any end. So the end which is very far, I can call it as infinity. Very far, a distant object. You are standing in a lab, or standing in your house. A distant building, a distant tree can be considered as an object. That object is very far and size is big. You call it as object is at infinity. Then I may come to the point little closer. Suppose if I take this point, I can name the object is beyond sea. I can keep the object here. Then I will say object is at sea. Then you may ask, can I keep it at in between? Yes, you can keep. Then the object is kept between C and F. Can I keep it here? Yes, you can keep. Object is at F. You can keep it here also. So what we are going to study now is, we are going to keep the object at all these places: infinity, beyond C, at C, between C and F, at F, between F and P, where we are going to get the image, and what type of image we are going to get, we are going to see. Shall we go? Now listen. First case, my object is at infinity. When the object is at infinity, it is very far. It is very big in size. So from infinity it is coming. So that's why here the dotted lines are represented. So I told you minimum 2 rays are enough. So the first ray, this is my incident ray. Can you see, is it parallel to principal axis? Yes. Afterwards, this is the reflected ray. This is ray 1. The second ray I considered here. The ray is going parallel to principal axis and reflected like this. And if you see, where both the reflected rays are meeting means at the point F. So when the object is at infinity, image is formed at focus. And see, I have drawn object is very big. But you see the size of the image, if you see, it is very, very small, a point. Or I can say it is a diminished image, very small size image, small sized image, very, very small. We name it as diminished image. Object is at infinity, image is at focus and diminished. And one more thing is, here the image is formed because of actually 2 reflected rays are meeting. Already we studied about how real image and virtual image formation takes place. So here it is a meeting of 2 reflected rays actual meeting. So this image is a real image, a highly diminished and a real and an inverted image. Inverted image I will show in the next one. So the same diagram, little in a different way, it is drawn any manner, whichever is convenient. This line is to understand whether it obeys the laws of reflection. It is drawn. Even when you are drawing, this is not necessary. You can draw directly. Now you may ask, I have to draw both the sides of the principal axis? Not necessary. You can take 2 rays above the principal axis alone. First ray and second ray. And green one is the incident ray, and this one is this yellow one is a reflected ray. Both the reflected rays are meeting at this point. So when the object is at focus, image is when the object is at infinity, the image is formed at focus. 2 rays are meeting, so it is a real highly diminished image. Now see, this one parallel to principal axis. Is it necessary always I have to take parallel to principal axis? Can I take the object like this inverse, slanting position? Yes, you can take it. Now these are the incident rays. The green one is the incident ray and the yellow one is reflected ray. Now see, the image is formed at focus, but the arrow, if you see, it is downward. So I can name the image formed here, it is real, inverted and highly diminished. So this is the case when the object is at infinity. So quickly, both the things together it is given. You can draw parallel to principal axis, you can draw inverted, slanting also. Whatever it is, the image is real, inverted and diminished. This is case number 1. Now we go to the second case. I'm sorry. I'll keep the object from infinity. I'm coming closer to mirror. I keep the object beyond C. Now I call it as here my object, instead of drawing as an arrow, this way also you can represent. I have drawn an arrow image also. I'll show it to you. This is another way of representing an object. So how many rays minimum we need? 2. So the first ray, this is the incident ray, and parallel to principal axis means reflected ray is passing through the focus. Second ray, you have to draw passing through the focus. Anything can be taken, and this is the reflected ray. So if you see at this point, both the reflected rays are meeting. So I'll get the image at this point. Where is this point? This point is in between C and F. So I kept the object beyond C. I get the image between C and F. And if I draw a line from the principal axis, so where I am getting the images, so it is this point, and we are drawing a line from the principal axis. It's an inverted image. So the image is real and inverted. Now see this red color object and the blue color image. It is very clearly the image size is smaller. So I can say image is real, inverted and diminished. Now see, this is with the candle flame, the same diagram it is drawn. Object is beyond C, image is formed between C and F. Any one manner you have to draw. So just to understand, it is drawn various ways, various diagrams it is shown. Now, the third one is, I take the object is at C. So infinity, beyond C. Now I have come to the point called C. Now red is object. So the first green line, it is the object. Incident ray. And this yellow one is the reflected ray. And the second ray is second, because we need minimum 2 rays. And the second ray, this is the incident ray, and the yellow one is the reflected ray. Now see here, both the reflected rays are meeting. Are they meeting? So where both the reflected rays are meeting, I get the image. At this point, you draw a line from the principal axis. So if I draw a line from the principal axis, it is coming downward. So two reflected rays are actually meeting, so it's a real image, and the image is in the downward, so it's an inverted image. Now compare the size of this red color object and the blue color. Both are exactly same, so the image is same size. Where I get the object? At C. Where I get the image? At C. So when the object is at C, image is also formed at C. Object is at C, image is also at C only we are getting. So this is another way, the same thing with the candle flame. Object is at C, image is at C, same size, real, inverted. Are you clear, children? Shall we move to the next one? Next, where I have to move? I came from infinity, beyond C, at C. I think now next I have to move between C and F. This is the same diagram. Between C and F. Object is kept between C and F. So the red one is the object. So the first ray, green one, is the incident ray. Parallel to principal axis, reflected ray is passing through the focus. The second ray, passing through the focus after reflection, it is parallel to principal axis. Those rules only we have to follow. And now see, at this point both the reflected rays are meeting. Then what I have to do? I have to draw a perpendicular from the principal axis to this point. Draw a line. Now see, this is a point I get a real image. Object is in the upward side, image is in the downward I have to draw. So it's a real, inverted. Now see the size. Now compare the size of the object and the image. First time, we are getting image size is enlarged. Or I can say here, when the object is between F and C, image is formed beyond C. Can you recall? When the object is beyond C, where did you get the image? Yes, you are right. You got the image between C and F. Object is between C and F. Image is formed beyond C. Just the reverse of that one. So the same thing with another diagram. It is shown. Here I have taken two rays. One is parallel to principal axis. Second ray is passing through the focus. But here I have taken one is parallel to principal axis, the first ray, and the second ray I considered passing through the center of curvature. This is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray. Any manner you can take it. But now see, AB is the object, A dash B dash is the image. Is the image is due to two reflected rays? Is it inverted? See the size of AB and A dash B dash. It is enlarged. So the image is real, inverted and enlarged. So this is about the next one. So next where I have to go? I think I have to go to, yes, you are right. My object should be kept at the point called focus. The same diagram. So okay, before going, so this is a real one, a mirror. You can try at home with any concave shaped objects. Already I have said so many concave shaped objects, kadai and all. You can take it, you can keep it and see that one. See this object, how big I am getting the image. To get the image, you can use your house wall. In the wall, you can focus it. You can see the image, how big it is formed. You can try it home. Okay. Now the next one is, I keep the object at focus. So this is the first ray, incident ray, and this is the reflected ray, one of the condition. And the second one, I consider this is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray. Now see both the reflected rays. This is one reflected ray and this is another reflected ray. Both the yellow rays, you see, they are parallel. Two parallel rays, will they meet? Actually, in presence, they will not meet, but they will meet at infinity. I hope you would have enjoyed this with your railway track. The railway track, both the tracks are parallel one, but they appear to meet at infinity. So these two rays will meet at infinity. So this is another way, the same diagram. This is the point. The rays are going to meet at infinity. So when I keep the object is at focus, where I will get the image? At infinity. They will meet at infinity. So my image is real, inverted, and it will be a highly enlarged image. So these are the different ways it is shown. Now the last form of images, I kept the object between the pole and the focus. Now this is the object. The red one is the object. The first ray passing through the pole, and this is the reflected one. And the second one I consider passing through the center of curvature. This is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray. Now see, this is the first reflected ray and this is the second reflected ray. Both the rays are diverged. The diverged rays will never meet at all. So then I have to get the image. How to get the image? So in order to get the image, they are not going to meet. So I will not get a real image. If they meet only, I will get a real image. So I'll produce these rays back. Both the reflected rays I produced. So that's why it's represented by dotted lines. Both the dotted lines are meeting at one point. So if produced rays are meeting, they are not actual rays, then what type of image? Yes, you are right. It is a virtual image. Actual reflected rays are meeting. It is a real image. So the reflected rays are produced back or in the other direction, and you are able to form an image at that point. Then that image is a virtual image. Now see, this is the object and this is the image. See the size of the image. Size is enlarged, size is erect, and it is a virtual image. So when the object is kept between F and P, the image is formed on the other side of the mirror. It's not on the same side. The previous 5 diagrams, I get the object this side, image also this side. This is only one case. Object is this side, image is formed on the other side. So these are the different ways the same image diagram is given. So object is between P and F, image is virtual, erect, enlarge, and the other side. See, it is just to remember well, the object is I have taken as a pencil, and the image is also an enlarged view of the pencil. And this blue ray, and this color, both the blue color rays are diverged. So to get the image, it is produced back. So far we studied the 6 diagrams, and this is the diagram, it is given in your textbook. You go through, please draw the diagram one by one, following the rules by using scale, pencil, measure and draw. You will get the correct shape and size. Within the page, you can get all these things. So far we studied about concave mirror, and once again this is said here just to take it, the rules have to be followed, so that if you follow, you will get the correct size, correct one object. Okay, now for a convex mirror we will take it. So convex mirror is not having that case. In a convex mirror, these are the incident rays today. Parallel rays? Yes. If the rays are parallel, where is my object? You are right. Object is at infinity. So when the object is at infinity, where you will get the image in your previous case? Object is at infinity, image is formed at focus. So here when the object is at infinity, after reflection, all the rays are reflected like this. The rays are reflected. So if you see these rays, all these rays are diverged. They will never meet. The diverged rays will never meet. So in order to get the diverged rays, I produced all the diverged rays back. The green color one is represented with dotted lines. So where they are meeting, I am getting the image. So when the object is at infinity, image is at focus. But here it is a virtual image. But in a concave mirror, it is a real image. Are you clear? It's a virtual image. And children, while you are drawing, it should be a single straight line. You should not break the line. You see, everywhere the line is drawn as a single straight line. This side dotted, this side it is a thing. Okay. So first case I have taken object is at infinity. Second case, in a convex mirror, your focus, center of curvature all are on this side. But in concave mirror, everything is on this side, you will have it. Okay, the second case what I am taking is, this is the same thing. I take a point somewhere else, come closer to the mirror. So I have taken today, this is the object. The first ray parallel to principal axis condition, reflected ray is going. So if I produce, they will meet at focus. Second one, incident ray is produce it, they will meet at focus. So the green color incident ray is passing through focus, appear to pass through focus, and after reflection, as per rule, parallel to principal axis. So produce it back, both are meeting here. So it is because of produced rays. It's not actual meeting of two rays, so it's a virtual image. Now compare the size of the object and the image. See, object is big, image is small. So it's a virtual image. Diminished matlab size of the image is small, and it is always an erect image. Virtual image is an erect image. This is a second case of the same one with another diagram. Second case I have taken, instead of taking passing through focus, it is considered the incident ray is appears to pass through center of curvature. This is the reflected ray. Both the reflected rays appear to meet at this point, so it's a virtual image. So in the case of convex mirror, you have only two cases. Both the cases you get a virtual image, erect image, diminished image, and all the images are formed on the other side of the mirror. All the virtual images in the case of mirror, they are formed on the other side of the image. So just a quick comparison of convex mirror and the concave mirror, together it is given how the rays are considered. So on the whole, in today's class, we have studied about the different types of image formation wherever you keep the object. So the image is changing depends on the position of the object. As the object position changes, the image nature also changes. So if I classify the image characteristics, I may have a real image, virtual image. Based on the size, if I see, I may have a same size image, enlarged image, reduced. Reduced image, we name it as diminished image. But a same size, where you got the same size? Can anyone say? Yes, when the object is at C, your image is at C and same size. And the another one is upside, that is erect image, inverted, laterally inverted. Where we study laterally inverted? Can anybody say? Whatever we are doing with the right hand, it appears as left hand. Yes, it is in a plane mirror we get laterally inverted. So these are the images characteristics. So today's class we studied about only for spherical mirror how the image formation, and I want to give a homework to all of you, only one thing: correlate the image formation with your day-to-day life. You have so many spherical reflecting surfaces at home. Some of you may have a makeup mirror at home. So you can try with the makeup mirror, or at home in your vehicle there is a rear view mirror. You go and stand in front of the rear view mirror and up. See how the image formation changes. Or any spoon, any kind of vessel or a plate, you take it and try to check the image formation, and you will really enjoy. And draw all the diagrams in your notebook also. Be safe. Thank you.